Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Talisman. I am your host, Buitumela Mamadi Mama Rope, and we are here for another session of Monday Momentum. So, for those who have been following us, today is actually a very exciting show. We will be sharing screen. We will be showing you what we've been talking about. So, we are together with Karabo. You know Karabo, she was with us from the previous shows. So, we have prepared something exciting. So, likewise, we are still fundraising for a streaming platform. So, please, guys, join the movement. Just even if it's like 50 rand or something, just help us purchase a streaming platform because we really want to be broadcasting this on other platforms like we are doing here. So, there are people who would be asking me, are you on YouTube at that time? Or are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram, on LinkedIn? I'll be saying, yes, I am on those platforms, but the platform that I'm using to stream does not allow me to stream in those platforms simultaneously. So we need to purchase a subscription so that we'll be able to do that. But like otherwise, they can still wait for me to download the video and upload it on YouTube like I've done with the others. So yeah, the other videos are still coming on YouTube. Do watch out and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content. We will continue with the shows. We do have another announcements. We will share that at the end of the show. But for now, you know what? Let me stop doing a lot of yada yadas. Let me get Karabo and then we get started with today's show. Bye for now. Coming in 30 seconds. Hey, we're back and here is Karabo. I don't know what she's doing. Maybe she's touching up this and that. As you can see, she's very serious. I don't know. Maybe when this is how she is when she gets your CVs, guys. So maybe like capture the face. Capture the face. This is the face, guys.
How was my face? My gosh, how was my face? Was I too serious? Maybe it's the noise they're getting into me. You never know. Hi to the viewers at home. Dumelang. Sanbanani, Absteni, Hula, Nant, Dima, Madekwe. But yeah. Hi, everyone.
Karabo, like I was saying, today is actually a very exciting show. We will be sharing screen. Yay! Finally, we will be showing people what we're talking about. You know, usually people will be like, why don't you guys show us these things you're talking about? So, you know, it's a good thing that we will be showing them. I think maybe let's start with a wrap up, you know, like just touch what we spoke about from the first show and the second show so that if someone is joining us for the first time today, they know why we are doing this and what we are doing. So the first show, what did we do?
Sure. We touched on a lot of things, eh? Yeah. We honestly touched on a lot of things. But in summary, I don't know if it's going to be summary because I keep on just, being long and long. We spoke about resume versus your CV. So your resume is just 1 page to 3 pages, a summary of, of your previous experience of which then talks with the job that you're applying for. Whereas the CV is, from your not 1 page. Some can be 1 page, 1 page to 4 pages maximum, but preferably 3 pages maximum, where then you include your previous experience, where then you include your, your educational background, your references, and all those other information that we included. And then, why is it important to have a CV? Imagine going on a date without, putting yourself together, So CV, it's your selling point to the company. That's how we hire you. Like, you can't just call and say, hi, I'm looking for a job. First thing that we're going to request is a CV. So that's the most important thing to have when you're applying for a job. It's very important for one to have a CV. And then we touched on modern CVs versus old CVs. We touched on, that old CV that used to be 10 pages, and this is the modern CV, which is 3 pages maximum, my favorite number. And the things that should be included and things that should not be included. In the olden days, one page would just be your cover page with your borders. Second page would be your personal information. Your third page would be your educational background. Fifth, so on and so on. So with the modern ways on how we do CVs now, and the modern ways, I think if people can go on Google, someone mentioned last week that you can actually get CV formats on Google Docs, where then we see CVs with pictures, CVs with table formats on it, CVs that are 3 pages, where the page is divided into 2 because of the tables and all that. And then the other thing that we included, the flow and the structure on how information should go on your should be put on your CV, either education first or work experience first, or how you put your references. Do I include my references? How do I put my duration on the CV? So those are in summary, that's what we actually discussed in the past 2 sessions. I don't know if I missed anything.
Yeah, we also touched with when we had Lebo, we also went in the technicalities of what do recruiters actually zoom into, what do recruiters look for. So with that session, Lebo mentioned the importance of a synopsis, your selling point. She actually called it your pitch. She said, with this one, you pitch. Don't tell us that you are a hard worker. Everyone is a hard worker. So we should actually be very informative and go to the point when we get to this part of the synopsis. So we will actually do that other session where we actually show you what are the important points that you should actually include in your synopsis. But for now, we will actually just focus on the CV itself, which actually wraps up what was said on our first session. Our first session was just about the CV, the flow and the structure. And then the second session, that's when we actually asked, what is it that recruiters look for in your CV? Actually, Karabo is having a lot of technical issues there, but I got you, don't worry. We got this. She'll be back now. There she is jumping in. Yes, she's back. Thank you. Yes, madam. I was actually just wrapping up to say that today, actually, it's more like a demo for session 1. We will actually have another demo for session 2 that actually touches on the synopsis itself. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you just want to shoot to it? Let's show people what they want to see.
Yeah, I've never. I'm kidding, man. If you would please share the screen with Umphakathi Ekhaya, I'd appreciate that. Let's hope that the network won't disappoint me again.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Right. Yeah. There we go. Can you allow the comments to show? I just want someone to confirm if they can actually see the screen. If they can see their...
Yeah, someone, please, viewers, we would really love your support. Would you please confirm that you are able to see the screen, like it's not blurry and you're able to see? Just write a comment, something small, Anyana, to make us know, no, we are together. That's what Komoto said. Anyone?
Oh my gosh. Because on my screen, I see it's a bit blurry, but I want someone to confirm if they can see it.
Let's work together, guys. Let's work together. This is technology. It's showing us flames, all of us. Yay, Tapelo. We have Tapelo here says, yay, I can see. And Komuto says, of course I can. And this is Tsilanyane saying, picture positive.
Oh, thank you so much for confirming that. Cool. So with me here, the CV that I've opened, it's your old curriculum vitae. You know, some would say curriculum vitae of COVID-19. You know, sorry, I'm just gonna use random names, and then they would center it. This is your old format. So now we're gonna go through the do's and the don'ts or the mistakes on the CVs. So this is the old format where you put, the curriculum vitae at the top, personal details, and then that border there. Now, surname there, quarantine, first name, COVID-19, and then your ID number. That's the first mistake. Like we said, you don't put your full date of birth there or your full ID. You only put your the date of birth, which is your date, month, and the year that you were born, gender. There we go. And then one thing that is missing there is ethnicity. So she could have just said African. So that's the second mistake that she made there. South African. It's very important to write your citizenship. One thing that I actually missed, to let us say you are Zimbabwean. The minute a recruiter sees this, then they will ask for your work permit to see if you can legally. What did I write here? Sorry, guys. The recruiters will then ask if you have legal documents to work in the country. So that's the other important thing that you should actually include: citizenship. And then residential area. The whole residential area, it's a mistake. So she wrote where she stays, number 17, Kauri, Dr. Manamulele. She actually missed that it's in Zeerust 2865. So the mistake in here, remember, we're trying to move, people are, defrauding people and all that. You will see a job advert. I think in the past week, I shared on my Facebook where I saw an advert of Woolworths. You could definitely tell by the advert, this one is a fake, because it had a weird a Gmail account, an email account to it. So now let us say now this quarantine applied for that cashier role of Woolworths. The CV would have landed in the wrong hands, whereby they would have had access of her CV as well as her address. So if they wanted to go and kidnap her, they would easily do so. And then moving right along, contact numbers there. The number is there, but then she doesn't have the alternative number. That's mistake. That's another mistake that she made there. And then Tswana, please guys, write in full cling. Tswana. It's not Tswana. It's not Zulu. It's isiZulu. That's the only language that she wrote there, of which if you're applying somewhere in Northwest, it works in your favor. But it's also advisable to add additional languages as well, to know if you'll be able to communicate with customers and all that. Let us say you're applying for a call center job, you should include other languages there as well. Other languages. So she forgot to include that, and just there actually she wrote other language there. Sorry guys, my mistake there. Other languages, yes. Other languages. Attention to details as well. There we go. And then health condition, which is good for people who are applying in mining or in I think mining. Sometimes they do ask you to go for your physical checks and all that. It's advisable to also include that. This one, it's honestly dependent on the job role that you are applying for. Then criminal record, none, but we're also gonna check it. And then mother of 3 kids. This honestly, I don't prefer it on a CV. because this question can be asked in an interview, just, as an icebreaker. So I see, like right now we're doing interviews virtually. Let us say now we hear the noise in your background. Then the interviewer will definitely ask you, oh, so I hear kids in the background. You're a mother of how many kids? And then you then can say that. So it's really not advisable to include that. Going back to applying for job for wrong job adverts, the people that will then come and kidnap you, or those people by kidnap, they will know that you are a mother of 3 kids and you're staying in that address. So they know if we go to number 17, Conway Malamulele in Zeerust, we're gonna get quarantine with her 3 kids, which is a jackpot for us for now to human trafficking. So guys, please eliminate including such information. Now then, moving right along to educational background. My name Quarantine said educational qualification, UNISA, diploma in accounting, modules, you wrote there the modules, which is something, something actually that takes much space in your CV, including the modules. This is honestly not, not necessary, unless if you're a graduate. When you're a graduate, yes, you can write the modules that you are majoring in, so that we know, okay, fine, this person was focusing in financial management or into auditing. Then we can, tell where should we position this person in the internship or in the graduate program that we have in our company. Moving right along. And then,
would you like to mention the UNISA thing?
Yes. Oh, I actually missed it. Now, we know that UNISA is your favorite acronym. Everyone's favorite acronym, like your TUT/TUT. Please write your university info. Tshwane University, University of Technology. If you wrote UNISA just like this, we've got UNISA also in Australia, University of, of Australia. People might think that when you studied abroad, let us say now I'm a recruiter from outside, I will be impressed going like, oh, this person, studied in Australia, or I'll just make a silly mistake based on that. So please write the names of the universities info, guys. Some people might not know the acronyms used. Did I miss anything, Bella?
Just to add, usually people would like to say UNIBO. I mean, UNIBO is an old acronym for University of Bophuthatswana. That's like ages ago. Yes, so we have Northwest University right now. It's not UNIBO.
Oh, for instance, this actually applies to the themselves.
Your audio is bad for now.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We lost Karabo there due to technical issues, but I believe she'll be back. What I was actually saying is let me remove this and remove her. She froze. She's gonna come back. So what I was commenting on, where am I? What I was commenting on is the acronyms, the correct acronyms that should be used for your your higher institutions of learning. So use the right acronym, the right name of the whole institution instead of using acronyms, because acronyms can mean anything. And one other thing you should know is that not every recruiter knows these acronyms. It's not like one of the modules that they study when they study HR is studying acronyms. So we don't know acronyms. So you should actually put the full name of the institution so that this recruiter knows the institution that you went to. And some other ones would not be institutions of higher learning. Actually, they would be like, for instance, NRF. Everybody knows NRF, National Research Foundation, but a recruiter would not know what is NRF. I mean,
I also don't know that.
Not make people research about things that you should be making clear out there. So people in the science space would know what is NRF. You would talk about what would be the other acronym. I don't know. Sometimes people actually even make their own acronyms. Like, instead of writing the whole name, they'll be like, this one I'm making small. I'm not writing the whole of it. But because we're doing that, it's just defeating the purpose. So Karabo, I don't know, do you want to add on the acronyms there before we go back to sharing your screen?
No, my apologies for the network, guys. No, it seems like I need to. It feels like I need to.
No, man, it's this country we live in. We have bad network nationally. It's not you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Like I was saying, the old names, the people who we're talking about your 40s upwards, they started at Unibo. Please write the Barigeng, the new name for the university, or Barigeng Rau. That is UJ. I wouldn't know what is Rau. Run University, or what does it say? Yes, that one. Again, let's then move downwards to your high school. Manamulela High School, right standard 10. Preferably to say National Senior Certificate. And then subjects as well. It's not necessary to include the subjects, unless if you're a graduate. And then the year. He wrote the years that he spent that she spent in high school. Just write the year that you completed there, not all the years. Then actually change the color to black. Cool. Moving right along. See, moving to another page again. See that space that we passed there? It could have, we could have eliminated that whole space by writing in table formats, making sure that, we don't use much space. The CV alone is 3 pages, but with this information written here, I would have put this whole information on 2 pages. Then work experience. Number 1, ShopRite, she was the cashier. Number 2, Pumzile Inc., junior bookkeeper. Number 3, Detroit Inc., an accountant. Then saying residing at wherever. Please use WhatsApp video for interview. No references, nothing. No page numbers, nothing. So this format is wrong. Any questions on the old format? Do we have any questions from the viewers?
I think, let me see. No, we don't actually have any questions for now.
Okay, cool.
I think they will drop the questions as we go.
All right, I would really appreciate that so that I can, stop in between, because I feel like I'm moving very fast.
Okay, I think when you do the other one, then you will be able to show. Remember, now you were pointing out the mistakes in red.
Yes.
So now when you go to the new version, you will be now showing the mistakes. I mean to say how you have corrected the mistakes. Let me just say.
Yes, definitely. Yes. Definitely. Right, now moving to, all right, now going back to the old CV. I don't know if people can actually see up there. It's saved at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 my CV. Another mistake there. Another mistake there. And it's saved in a Word format. This was Microsoft 2003, I think. Hence the format. When I opened on my own CV, then there were blanks in between the pages. So it's very important to save your CV in a PDF format. Now let's move to the new format. There we go. Sorry, I used my picture there, guys. Now, people are fascinated by pictures. If you want to include your picture, do include it. A professional picture, please. I don't know if mine is professional enough. To me, it is professional. Don't include your what do you call this? Your selfies where you're pouting, you know, where you or probably maybe a picture where you took it in a club showing, you know, a bottle of Savannah, or you know, a picture where you're with your friends, or you know, just make sure that you take a professional picture. If then how we do the face one, make sure that you show your full body, but then also in a formal way. Yes, you wanted to say something?
Yes, we have a question here. Somebody wants to know that in terms of work experience, can I type the duties I was doing on my previous job as a paragraph?
We're getting there. No, not in a paragraph, don't summarize.
Yeah, you didn't say it like you said it like last time. Points, bullets, right? That's what you said?
Yes, I'm coming there.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so I will explain further while on the CV.
Oh, okay, so we should go back to the screen. I don't see any other questions here.
Can you please share the screen?
Yeah, I don't see any other questions here, so we're gonna, let's go on, and then from there, we'll take the questions at the end. I thought maybe we want to tackle these ones first. Okay, cool. Let's go on.
That question can be answered while I'm still busy here. Can the viewer still see the screen? Because it's blurry on my side, so I just need to make sure if they can see the screen.
Yeah, they will. Please, guys, indicate there if you can see the screen. But Tapelo says here, okay. Go on, lady. I can see the screen. I believe it's okay.
All right, cool. Write the name there. What's that lady's name? Quarantine COVID-19. All right. Quarantine COVID-19. Hey. Please write your surname, your first name, and your second name, and then write your profession there. That you are a financial accountant / bureau cashier or whatever. Now, going back to what we explained last week, people who have different titles. Like Lebo's example, she's a recruiter, then that talent acquisition, all right, and then talent sourcer. The reason why I would prefer that one write in this way, different names for just one position. It's because, let us say, go SABC, they're looking for a recruiter. When they type the keyword recruiter, they're gonna pick up that word. Like for instance, how we say control find, and we say recruiter. There, it highlights the word recruiter. Or let us say you're applying at Generations. They're looking for a talent acquisition. I might type acquisition. Did you see what happened there when I started typing? It picked up all the words Wait, let me go back. It picked up all the words that got, AC in it. So that's how the recruiters actually search. So going back, let me actually close this. So Quarantine is a financial accountant. Financial accountant, as per that previous CV. A accountant. Okay, cool. So as you can see, I'm gonna minimize this so that people can see what I mean when I say it's divided into two. So on this side, on that side, it's another column, and then on this side, it's another column. This saves space, and this saves, your pages.
Yeah, your audio was off for a moment. I think we missed what you said. The last part you said.
Oh, okay. I was saying, so I've minimized the CV. I want people to see the difference actually. Plus there. Remember in the previous CV, Quarantine wrote at the top curriculum vitae of Quarantine, right? With no picture and anything. And everything was on a separate page. So now on this format, on the left side it's a column, and then on the right side it's another column, which helps with making things look neater, and then you don't have to type everything in 5 pages. So this actually saves a whole lot of space on your CV. Am I audible enough now? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So under your picture, that's where your synopsis comes in. Let me actually increase the let's see. Guys, please tell me if you can still see my screen. If it's blurry, let me know. Let me actually highlight this in red. I think people will probably see it better in red. No, worse. Bold. Yeah, it's much better. Okay, cool. But then please don't write your information in bold, okay? There are subheadings where you put your font in bold. Like I said, use either Century Gothic, this is 9, or Arial 11, or Calibri 11. So this is where you change your font. I don't know if people can see. So Century Gothic body, and then the font size should be 9, or Arial 11, or Calibri 11. Don't write in capital letters, guys. Capital letters, so your profile there, Quarantine Ungwete wrote Young Accountant 2020 Award winner that uses different tactics to handle day-to-day accounting operations in various industries according to their nature. Plus 5 years experience in bank reconciliations, accounting data analysis, auditing accounting systems in brackets. She mentioned there the systems that she's been using. And then one thing she's also responsible for is the financial year-end reporting. Basically, she summarized what she does or what she has been doing, her experience and her achievements as well in less than 26, in less than 30 words, actually. So there was the achievement. She mentioned it there. Award winner for the young accountants. And then, how many years of experience? 5 years of experience there. And then the duties or the experience that she has gained. It's from the bank reconciliations, your accounting, data analysis, auditing, and also including the systems that she has experience in. You might find out that she once used Caseware, currently using SAP, and then minimally using the ERP. So be it that you once used it in years back, include it there as well. It might work in your advantage. Let us say you're applying for a financial accountant role, that does it, whereby they don't use SAP, they use Caseware. At least they can see that you've got experience in Caseware. If then they're using Caseware, in fact SAP, then they can also use SEP there. Remember, like I said, when we search, we just say SEP, and then it takes us straight there to the word SEP. Any question as yet, Bitumelo?
No, we don't have. Let's go. I think they will ask as we go.
All right, cool. Now, on the right column, that's where you write your personal details, your education, the languages and all that. Then we're moving right along. Under profile, it's your contact details. There, it's her first contact details, 070-123-4567. And then an alternative number. Remember, in the previous CV, she did not include the alternative number. And then I mentioned that people can include links to their social media, but be careful. If you are applying for a marketing role, that's when you can include your Twitter account or your Behance profile. I know marketing people use the system called Behance, where they save their profiles, where they save their work. Then you can include it there. But professionally, please include your LinkedIn. How do you include your LinkedIn? I'm quickly gonna go out to Google. Let's Google LinkedIn. I'm gonna go into my LinkedIn profile. So there's my LinkedIn, and then I'll go to my profile. I don't know if people can see, but yeah, there's my profile, and then there at the top, that's the URL. You copy that whole URL, copy, and then let me quickly go back to the CV. That's where you then paste it there, and then you click Control V. There is your link, and then when you say enter, it should it should be underlined like a hyperlink, so that when I say control and then it gives me that error to say this is a link that will direct you to whoever's linked in. And then your email address there. Careful of email addresses, hey. Some people, the email is abone or the creating sexy112@yahoo.com. Guys, please, when you create an email, make sure emails are actually system generated. Please pick up, choose that one, it's your name and something else. Like mine, it's Precious KRB. That KRB is karabo@gmail.com, because the other ones that I've tried using, other people were already using it. So sexy tone, sexy one at sexy112@accounting@yahoo.com. Please eliminate using those weird names. I don't know if people can still see her actually.
Yeah, they can see.
All right, cool. And then after email address is your address where you stay. There are Road, Centurion. Like I said, don't write one number 17 Conway, Manamulele, wherever. Just write where you are. Going back to the first session, those who have missed it, if you're applying for a job in Durban, please give someone a call, ask your friend, ask your neighbor or whoever that stays in Durban to give you the address in Durban. Because when we view your CV, we're not gonna consider you because you're based in Durban. So rather at least ukupele someone, with an address of where you're applying to. And then if you're willing to travel, please include it there. There are some people would apply for a role again in Durban, but then they're not willing to travel or willing to relocate. But Mothateng Umweti Pretoria there. At least if it's like this, even if I apply for a job in Cape Town or in Durban, they can see there where I'm willing to travel or willing to relocate. And then if you got a license, please do include it there, so that they know her on a license. Nowadays, people actually prefer employees that got licenses, because people are given company cars if they don't have company cars. If they don't have their own transport, I meant to say. Right. And then the other thing, it's include your page numbers. Your page numbers, you get them on your footer. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So make sure that you do include your page numbers. How do you include page numbers? Let me actually exit the header and footer. You say insert, and then I don't know if people can actually see up there. So you say go to insert, and then you say you click on your footer, and then you choose which footer do you want. You can choose either the one where you type on the corner of your left, or the one that includes, corner, your left corner, center, and then your right corner, or the one with page numbers. I prefer the one with page numbers, or the one where it allows you to write your name and the page number. But now let's go back to the one that we have here. So there it is, page 1. And then, like I said, please include your numbers in all the pages. 060, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Both your numbers. In case I'm on page 2 and I want to call you, probably in an interview, and I still can't get hold of you, then at least see on page 2, I still have your contact details there. Is it still visible, Bijumalo?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then we are done with the first page, the left column, moving right along. There we go. Then your education. Under your education, if you did a certificate, in an online certificate, which is relevant to the job that you're applying for, emotional intelligence can be relevant to, to your accounting role. Because remember, we also hire attitude. We will know that, okay, this person has emotional intelligence. They know how to react to situations. So that's the name of the institution there, and then the name of the course, and then the year completed. If you are currently busy with a qualification, see another mistake she made there. So she was supposed to write University of South Africa. If you're currently busy with a qualification like this one, it's course in financial management. Some courses on their certificates, they don't show the NQF level, and some companies are quite, picky when it comes to that. You can write it there that it's NQF level 6. Because you're currently busy with it, please write there, in progress. And this one that you're currently busy with actually should go on top of that other one, because it's not yet completed. You're currently busy with it. Then there again, she made another mistake. That UNISA, that the diploma in accounting that she completed, so she will just correct that. So it's diploma in accounting. She completed it in 2018, and then before going to UNISA, she went to Manamulela High School, National Senior Certificate, which she completed in 1997, not 1987, 1997. So your education, how you write it in chronological order. What does that mean? It means the recent or the current qualification first, and then the one after the one that you're currently busy with. So like you're seeing there, she's currently busy with the course at UNISA, and then she completed a certificate there. Then after that, before then, she did diploma in accounting, and then before then, she did national senior certificate. Did you see that? I didn't write standard 10. I wrote the name of the qualification in full, national senior certificate. And I didn't include the subject because the save us spacey, and we want things to look neat. Then after that, we then can include languages. Let us say you're applying for a call center role. You write your mother tongue there, your home language, and then you write that you are fluent in it, or maybe waskashela right there as well, English or isiZulu, But I'm not saying write all the languages. Check, do thorough research on the company that you're applying for. let us say you're applying for a a customer care consultant, maybe in Zeerust, for instance. A lot of people there speak Setswana. Then you can write just only Setswana in English. If you're applying in Joburg, you can then write isiZulu or isiXhosa, another language, other people do speak it in that particular area. Then coming to computer skills, do you have any questions as yet, Bitumaro?
No.
Oh, all right,
Let
cool.
me encourage our viewers, guys, as we go through the CV and you don't understand something, please do drop a question that we will actually attend to. So it's actually an interactive session today. We want you to be involved because we are helping you. So let's work together.
All right. Yes, I'd really appreciate that because I feel like now I'm talking alone, hey?
Yeah.
Moving right along, then it's computer skills. Right there, the skills that you have in computer, your MS Office. You can either write MS Office, but then in brackets, write which ones, tonally experience mo. They are actually preferred, not in brackets, then, second bullet and then move it to the next. Oh my gosh, it went actually far. There. Let's move it. Alrighty. Then, because MS Office is the package on its own, then you write the Microsoft Word if you are proficient in it or if you are intermediate. Because if you just write, what on earth did I write here? Oh gosh, sorry guys, proficient. Because if you just write MS Word, we would think we see Microsoft Word in and out. And then if you're given a document, let us say mail match, you don't know how to use mail match. And then for accountants, I know most accountants, they prefer hiring managers in accounting. They prefer Microsoft Excel. There you can say proficient. If you want to spice it up, you can say VLOOKUPs. Your pivot tables, if you have experience in pivot tables, or which other formulas, or formulas, or formulas that I can't think of the other formulas on top of my head. Then Microsoft Point there, you then can write proficient. And then after that, you can add a space, a little bit space, so that everything looks neater. I don't want things to be. And then you write. Remember in Quarantine's synopsis, she did mention that she got experience in these systems, right? Then under computer skills as well, please do include it there. I prefer people writing the SEB module that they have. It got different names. My apologies that I wrote module 1, but there are some SEB names there. Then at least we know who only experience in which module in SEB. Because when you say SEB it's quite broad. You might come into our company whilst we're using module 10, which you totally don't have experience in, which is totally different to SEB module 1. So please write then for which SEB module you've got, experience in. And then if you're not that proficient, you can write intermediate there. Caseware as well. If you only used it once and then the company that you're working for phased out Caseware, they moved to SEB, you can write there that a beginner because you don't have that much experience in Caseware. And then you can write your Adobe, your Google Analytics. This is for your social media people, your marketing people, your graphic designers, Photoshop, oh my gosh, what did I include there? Photoshop included there. All the computer skills that you have there, the computer apps that you have experience in. My screen is very beautiful. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's fine. I was waiting for you to stop the movement because I noticed it gets blurry when you scrolling a lot, but it's fine now.
Oh,
It's clearing up.
all right, cool. I hope the viewers at home can also see it there. And then languages. This is for your developers. One would ask, Haibo, languages up there, and then languages again down here. This is for your developers. Your IT developers, they develop in various languages. So please do include the languages that you use there. Your C sharp, your your C sharp, your JavaScript, your Angular, your PHP, you name them. There's quite a lot of languages that they actually use to develop the apps that they are developing. And then, as you can see there, the page number is still there and the numbers is still there. Then, lastly, you can include your core competencies there. Because we want to know if resilient enough, you've got communication skills, ability to work under pressure, ability to adapt easily into a new environment. Your core competencies, they are the last things to include. I didn't include that I'm a mother of 3, or I do hiking, or all that. Those are icebreakers that we can actually ask in an interview if I wanna know you on a personal level, where we test your attitude basically. So that's it on our first column. We're now moving to the second column. Any questions?
We don't have any question, but I want to add something. Where you mentioned your languages, for someone in a technical field, that would be your technical skills, I think. So like someone in my case, you would write things like your DNA extraction, gel electrophoresis, you would talk of your next gen sequencing. So those are the things you're going to put there, your technical skills. And you would also talk about, let's say maybe you are an electrician, you can talk heavy current. I don't know what electricians do. But those are the things you can put in there.
I have not recruited for those people. Sorry to interject. I have not recruited for those roles. Hence, probably maybe if I skipped them. My apologies to our electricians and the scientists. We will include them there. So you said under technical skills, I can include what? Prototyping.
No, prototype. No, leave those things. I was just mentioning that with a developer. Yeah, with a developer, you would write your languages. Those are their technical skills. So with someone in a technical field, they would write their technical expertise, what they are good at technically. So those are the things you put there. Now it's thinking they are very blind. They got PCR, DNA gen electrophoresis, new gen sequencing. You're writing photosynthesis. Leave that. The message went across. That's great.
You said DNA, what? I'm helping scientists out there. DNA research. Yeah. Your technical skills. Thank you so much for that, actually. All right, cool. Do we have any questions as yet? I feel like I'm talking alone and I wanted this to be an interactive session. Not as yet. No comments, nothing.
No, people don't like us, maybe. I'm just saying, kidding.
Or maybe I'm boring. All right, cool. Looking at the time, let's actually move right along. So, like we said, quarantine, COVID-19, name and say name, and then the profession there. Some like being fancy. They can say bean counter, bean counter, or your accounting guru. And then some accountants, they are professionally registered, so they can include it. They never leave it. They know themselves. So they can write their professional body that they are registered with. Let's actually make it small so that it looks actually neater. Nope. Nope. There we go. There. If you're in HR, you can say, if you're a recruiter, you can say ISP, or what's that? The one that you use, Bijumela? The one for scientists?
Synapse.
I don't know how to write synapse. For engineers, you can say PR dot engineer. I know, something like this. They will correct me along the line. So that's how you write your professional bodies. You include them next to your name. Because hey, it's very hard to end that registration, hey? Now, we write your work experience. Like your qualifications, we write it in a chronological order. The current role first, and then the one after that, the one that you previously, the company or the role that you got before the current one. So company name, I think we are a problem the first CV. We don't know which one is the latest. Where is it? So we don't know which one is the latest. It didn't have experiences. It didn't have anything. So I'm just guessing this is the last one. The accountant, Deloitte at Deloitte Inc. Cool. Moving right along. Company, it's Deloitte Inc. Deloitte Incorporated, and then it's in Sandton. It's very important to include the location. In case you're applying for a role in Sandton, you were on a maternity leave, you went back to Zeerust. You've been staying Kohaye for quite a long time now. You applied, and then address that you wrote there, you said Zeerust. At least when I go through your CV and I see Sandton, then I know, okay, fine, this person has been here before. It works in your advantage as well. Okay, fine, the person knows the area, quite familiar. She can actually work in the area. It works in your favor. I'm not saying we're gonna disregard your CV just because you're in Zeerust or what. And then position, he is a senior accountant there. And then duration. On the previous CV, quarantine didn't include the duration there at all. So she joined, the last role is of December 2019. She joined January 2020, and she's currently there. So please write there to date. If you can remember the date, it will work in our favor. 5 January. The reason why I'm saying that, let us say she left the previous job before joining Deloitte Inc. Some people leave immediately. She left on the 1st of January. And then, the previous company she wrote last date, January 2020. I'm going to ask her how do you work here? You work in the very same company in the same month, or how? So it's very important to include the duration there and to write to date. Reason for leaving, guys. You're not gonna write a career prospect. Career prospect. You let us say you're applying for the same thing. Along you were actually, using you were actually doing the very same duties in your previous company. At least if you're saying career prospects, right there, what is it that you're actually looking for? I know finance people that are quite skeptical when it comes to either moving from finance into auditing. Then you can write the career prospects, looking for more experience in auditing, because you're now tired of financial management. Now, quarantine didn't include space there at least. Quarantine didn't include her job roles. Now here are the job roles. Please write whether you're an accountant for if probably maybe you're working for a a broker, or maybe you are working for a group of company, which got group of companies. No,
no. It's not a question. Go on.
Oh, okay, all right. Because for a moment I was like, okay, what does she mean by that? Okay, like I was saying, let us say now you're working for a big company, like your not Inc. It's more like your KPMG. They got clients from different industries. Then you can write there, accountant for various clients across all industries, not limited to IT, your logistics, your choreography, your finance, your government. You can include there. It's not necessarily included the clients that you've audited or the clients that you've done the financial statements for. Sometimes people sign what we call restraints of trade. They sign, but again, the clause on it, it includes what you shouldn't, share a particular information, like confidentiality clause. So you can just write the industries there instead of writing information technology like your multi-choice, or a finance group like your KPMG. Moving right along, you then write your roles into subheadings. See there? The accounting roles that she's doing, preparing and coordinating audit processes. How often? Biannually. One can say preparing and coordinating audit processes. Kantemotateng only does them once in a month. You're now applying for a job, they do them, weekly. You get the offer, you get to that company, it's very fast paced, and you're like, and you can keep up, and then how guys, but then you did say preparing and coordinating audit processes. You're like, yeah, I did state that, but then I didn't do it, this too much, because only weekly, we didn't do it biannually. So it's very important to include how you do things, either annually, weekly, or daily. That works in your favor as well. Moving right along, then she wrote loading of daily payments on Caseway. So she did include there the Caseway. She did write how she's using Caseway. What is it that she's using the Caseway for? So she's using it for loading payments on, for loading payment, and then preparing VAT returns and other statutory returns required. Required by who? It can be either by SARS or by clients. That you can also include. Works in your favor as well. And then if you can see, the CV is written in present tense because she's currently working there. Don't write, your experience in past tense if you're currently working there. And then the second subheading, it's your ad hoc things, assisting, things that are not really your core duties, things probably that you assist with, or things they're not that they are repetitive, things that you do on daily basis. They don't understand those ones that you previously mentioned, like under accounting, like assisting with reviewing of expenses, or assisting with other projects, or assisting as and when required. Can I move right along now?
Yeah, before you do, I think you're going to a different thing. So based on what you've been explaining, people have questions. So we have this lady here. This is Kennedy. Kennedy says, sorry, I'm late, but are we using Microsoft Word? She wants to know the template. Is it Microsoft Word?
Yes, we're currently using Microsoft Word. When we save it, we're going to save it in PDF.
Okay.
That's the format that you're going to use to apply.
Okay. We have another one. It says, it's from Kanya. Kanya says, is it necessary to be specific, or saying that you are just looking for core experience is enough? I think she refers to that comment.
Is it necessary? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, reason for leaving. So she wants to know, is it necessary to be specific, or saying that you're just looking for core experience?
Remember, you're trying to, to stand out here out of millions of applications. Let us say now millions of applications are saying better career prospects, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna prompt you on the telephonic interview first to say what is it that you're really looking for. You're gonna give me the same reason that you could have just written on your CV. Sorry about that. I need to put my phone on silent.
Yeah. Okay, someone was actually calling Karamo while she was explaining there. So I think her audio was disturbed. She's gonna come back to your question, Kanya, and because when she was explaining. Yeah, actually I was actually explaining your difficulty there.
Sorry
Just
about that.
Yeah, we didn't get the last part of your answer to Kanya about when she's using the generic explanation as everyone.
Okay, what I was saying is, remember, you know, better career prospects, Lily Miloni. Now, the first thing that I'm gonna do, obviously, is the first telephonic interview. I'm gonna ask you, Hore, your reason for leaving. You're saying better career prospects. What do you mean by that? You're then gonna explain, Hore, no, I'm actually doing this tedious job or whatsoever. Careful of how you write your reason for leaving. So the very same reason that you could have just, you know, that you're explaining through the telephonic interview is the very same reason that you could have just written there to save time as well. So that when I call, I just, you know, ask you a few questions straight to the point and say you've scored yourself an interview.
Okay, good. Another one here, it's from Fatima. Fatima wants to know what is the acceptable number of bullets you can include for explaining your duties.
That's actually very important, eh? Like we said, try to match your CV with the job advert or the job vacancy that was advertised. So maybe if they highlighted 10 points, at least match it to 5 points. You know, make sure those points they match with the job advert. Don't write your whole job description.
So basically what you're saying is that what you're saying is that looking at the advert itself, the requirements from the advert is that try to find from your experience 5 bullets that will match the advert itself, and then from there maybe you can in 2 that you think will work in your favor, type of thing. I don't know.
Yes, exactly that. And careful, do not copy and paste. Do not copy and paste. If you copy and paste, I will ask you a question about one of the bullets that you've copied, and you're like, I actually don't know that. And I'm like, hi, Bo, it's in your CV. So just make sure for your comparison, it's not to the tikru you copy and paste. I hope I've answered Fatima.
Yeah, very clear to me. She will actually indicate. Fatima, please indicate if you are satisfied with the answer. Another question here from her again. She says, how acceptable is a descriptive paragraph instead of bullets?
No, like I said, please write your work experience in a bullet form because we use keywords. Sometimes, yes, we don't use keywords. You know, the way you've written your CV already, it pops out. Then I don't have to, you know, use control find. So if you wrote a paragraph, you're reading a paragraph, guys.
Yeah, I guess we will stick to bullets because they are easy to read and easy to understand. And I think because bullets would, you know, summarize everything in a very short form instead of writing a descriptive paragraph. There is Fatima again saying, very clear, thank you so much. I think we can move forward.
All right, cool. So now we are done with, I think I'm done with the first work experience. Moving to the next company, it's Pumzile Inc. I think it's Pumzile Inc. Let's go there. Yes, it's Pumzile Inc. Sorry about that. Now we're moving to, yes. So while she was at Pumzile Inc., she worked, she had 3 positions. She started as a junior bookkeeper, and then she then got promoted to accounting clerk, and then the last role was when she was an accountant. Let me actually change the color there so that people can see the color. Right. Can you still see the screen, Bitwala?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. All right, cool. So she started as a junior bookkeeper. Please write there, Hore, when did you start with that role? For those people that actually stay in one company and for quite a long time, you don't have to, copy this whole thing, the whole table, and paste it down there and include the roles where you were an accounting clerk. Do the same for an accountant. You can just use one table, and then here where you write your position and your duration, you can include it there. And then I forgot to include there reason for leaving. Reason for leaving. Headhunted. Some people are lucky they get headhunted. So please show the progression in your career there. Junior bookkeeper, September 2015 to January 2017. Accounting clerk from February 2017 to August 2019. And then finally, she was then an accountant for October 2018 to December 2019. This will work in your favor to see who this person actually is a, that weird hard worker, very determined, and we know that we're investing in a very good candidate there. And then she then wrote there what you see here. She just summarized her thingy, her experience there. Yes, and she wrote it in present tense, and this is a previous company that she worked for. So she should say there, prepared management reports there. You don't write it in present tense because that's what you previously did. Prepared management reports in service, confirmed or compiled monthly management. Like you get my point there. So the companies that you previously worked for, write your experience in past and assisted in resolving, any discrepancies, raised by services line finance manager. The other thing that she didn't do here, she didn't write her roles in subheadings. So because she worked in she had different roles here. She could have just said here, accountant role, accountant duties here. We're eliminating that thing of writing in three tables, I meant. Then probably here, then she could have just said accounting clerk duties. And then here, right here, let us say here, what's that other role that you worked for? What was it? Junior bookkeeper. Junior bookkeeper. Right. See? Neat and well written. Just under one table, but it got three roles at Pumzile Inc., which was in Montana. And then I think we are done there. Then we can include your references. Your references, like I said, please make sure that you put people that you trust there, and make sure, Jorge, you often check your references. Another thing, the people that you write as your references should be people that you are directly reporting to. So, Barigima, Quarantine Road, Potris Mautwana there, Miss Potris Mautwani as her HR manager. HR will only confirm the duration that you were at Detroit. She won't be able to, to tell how well did she work well under pressure. Could she, meet deadlines? She would not be able to answer those technical questions. And another thing, please write a telephone number and a cell phone number. The reason for that, we want to make sure that we are actually calling the right person from the right company. If you write your cell phone number, there are those people, like I said, there are those people that write their friends there, and you can pick it up very quickly. This one is a a friend or a relative by a cell phone number. But again, happy people are now working from home, So we don't question it that much when one writes the cell phone number there, because people don't have telephone lines at their homes. And then, like I said, don't write your HR manager there. If we wanna confirm your employment, we will call the company directly and request for the HR manager. Write the person that you were directly reporting to. So Mr. Click Sanitizer was her financial manager at Pumzile Human Capital. This is the right person that we call. And also, if only the alternative number, you can also write them there as well. You know, your 060-123-4567, and you know the other number as well. And then another thing again, it's LinkedIn recommendations. So people do write LinkedIn recommendations on your LinkedIn. Let us say we're struggling to get hold of Mr. Click Sanitizer, but Mr. Click Sanitizer did write a recommendation on your LinkedIn. You can copy it and paste it there, like you see on my CV there. I think we are done.
Okay, that was a lengthy session and very informative, actually. So I liked what you said. Viewers, do we have any questions? Guys, drop those questions and comments.
Can I say the last thing then? The saving part.
Yes, please.
So you go to your file and then save as. Save as. You then browse where you want to save your document. Please save documents and open a folder, and right there, quarantine
COVID-19.
Yes, COVID-19 CV. Don't write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 CV. And then there, where it says what document, you say PDF, and then you save it. It will automatically save. My system is quite slow. So yeah, let me quickly go and check it in a PDF format. Just hold on for me. Where are my documents?
The first one.
There we go. Showing. Also right now. So there it is in a PDF format. You see? It's quite neat. And it's 3 pages. We are done. Questions, please?
That was actually very informative and quick. I didn't think it's gonna take I actually thought it's gonna be longer than this. Where am I? Hey, I'm using 2 screens. I actually thought it's gonna be longer than that, and it was very informative, I must say, and quite clear. We answered the questions that popped as we went by, and people are actually very happy with that. We answered Fatima's questions. We answered other people's questions. I don't think we have any other questions. If any other questions arise during the week, because I know some people are gonna rewatch and watch, we can tackle those going forward. But we have a big announcement. We're not saying bye-bye or anything, but take it the way it comes. Do you want to, maybe say something before I say what I want to say?
I don't know what you want to say. No, I'm exhausted from talking, actually. I'm used to, being asked questions in between.
Okay, I will show this one. We only have one comment from Tapelo saying thank you, guys. It's not a question. So just to say something, we are done with the CV series for now. But this work, this project is meant to help people, which means we are doing it from the goodness of our heart, which is a good thing. But I don't think it's fair if it's consuming us. So we have realized that we actually maybe scheduled the sessions to be close to each other in a way that it gives us limited time to prepare, which end up putting us under pressure. So we have decided to not have a weekly session, but we will have alternating weeks, or just depending on how much we have so far. We will say, we actually discussed two options. We're still working on that. Let me just say, let's just wait for the heads up, okay? We will communicate via our platform. So the other one that came was that maybe let's do first 2 weeks of the month and wait for the next 2, maybe to interact with you, because we realize that people do ask questions going forward and stuff. And the other one was maybe we should have one session in 1 month, because the other thing you should understand, it's also a lot of work on me because I'm running 3 shows. We have a Wednesday show, we have a Thursday show. So preparing for these shows, it's actually quite a lot. So we have decided to not make it a weekly show, but we're not saying bye-bye. We're not saying that's it, because there are so many other things we want to cover. So we just gonna slow down the pace. So I don't know what Karabo wants to say to add to this.
Nothing much. I hope people, but they've got an idea now on how to do their CVs. I'm thinking that we should actually do that bootcamp. We will announce when we're gonna do the bootcamp, guys, whereby you will we will share the format that I just used right now, whereby you will do your CVs, and then during that bootcamp, it's either gonna be via Zoom or via Teams, where then we go through your CV, make corrections on your CV. So look out for the announcement as well. We're not gonna say it's next week. We're not gonna promise. Look out for the announcement. So yeah, we are done with the CV Fix series. The next series will be how to apply on the job portals. No longer on the email, no longer manually, where you physically go to to the companies, handing in your CVs in person. So that's the next series, and then after that we will be having interview sessions where I will invite your HR people from different fields to also come and answer the questions that you might feel they are quite intimidating in an interview, or they're quite difficult to answer in an interview. So do look out for those announcements. I think keeping you in suspense will actually bring you closer to us, so that you can actually gain the experience that we actually want to share. So yeah, that's it from me.
That's great. I'm actually looking forward. Just be in the lookout for more content. We are coming, but no longer every week. It's a lot. We want to give you the right content. We don't want to rush everything. Like you can see, we take you step by step, word by word. So yeah, we want to do that. And one thing I should mention, during the boot camp, we would really appreciate you to have a draft. You should have your own personal draft. With the sessions that we have done so far, I believe that you have enough information to actually have your own draft. Then when we go to the boot camp, you have something to work on. We just help you to do the minor things. So yeah, do put in the work, and then we will help you correct it. Yeah, I don't think we should be here wasting time. Let me just show you the comments that people say. We have a comment there from Mabunda. Sorry. Mabunda saying, yeah. Hakensa, guys. What does that mean? Keep the great work. Yay. Is it a different language?
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Mabunda.
Means we thank you, guys.
Oh, I'm learning. Yeah, that's Tapelo there saying, okay. And then we have Fatima saying, thank you for your efforts and assistance. Very appreciated. God bless. We receive, my lady.
Thank you.
And from me, oh, that's Tumelo. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. Oh, thank you, Charlotte.
Welcome.
Yeah. That's it from me. I'm your host, Boitumelo Mamadi Mama Rope, and I'm signing out. Karabo.
See you in November, guys. Yes, November. See you next month. And like I always say, please don't forget to pray. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye.